going on? This is another episode of Get Rekt News. Today I got a special show for all my Get Rekketeers today. He is a former 5-star underground champion and 5-star world heavyweight champion, SOE swag out champion, and SOE universal champion. But currently, BWA's world heavyweight champion. Please get your love for Big Dawg, top tier talent.
Hey, Joey, my God, thanks for having me. Couldn't wait.
It's a pleasure, Big Dawg. Thank you for being here. Thank you. I've been seeing the socials between you and Ivan Stone. Hey, let us know, what's the problem between you and Ivan Stone? Come on.
Joey, it's no beef. What it is this. Back in the day, I was a guy, with hair, I was a guy that was going around and getting noticed, Ivan didn't know who he was yet, it's fine, it's okay, we'll get there eventually. But while I was ascending, Ivan was disappearing, That's all cool, that's all fine. Everybody has their own stuff, has their own thing. But my issue is this. When you get into the personal thing, just because, like I said, I didn't want the 5-star underground title. I wanted my SOE Universal title back. Alright? But I settled for a SOE title. That's what I'm doing. I'm just putting my name out there, getting my name out there. But for Ivan to throw out our contractual business and then try to make it seem like I downed his company because I didn't want that 5-star underground title. Like I said before, if you're in the business of winning world championships, you don't want nothing but a world championship. And that's just how I felt. So he went on this little rant. I entertained him for a second. But then when it got down to business, I asked him one thing. You want to settle it in the ring? Or do you just want to keep talking? He found out my answer. His answer was, oh, I can talk all day. I can, personify myself in a manner that nobody can understand but me. But what I did, I went and got the legend Robert, and what do? We kicked him and Dragon's ass in the parking lot. See, I don't do a lot of talking, man. I do a lot of walking. That's why you saw all those walks in the parks and that fucking parking lot brawl. But like I said, it's no beef. It's me establishing that Ivan Stone and Big Dawg are two different guys. Ivan Stone, he's been up there. He's been doing his thing, but I'm constant. All right? Every year.
Now there's a match at Bash in Bahamas, and since there's no title line between the two former SOE world champions, this is a battle of pride?
I'm gonna say this. It's not a battle for pride. It's who's better right now, okay? Because he did one-up me and got me at the pay-per-view and took my SOE Universal Championship. He was the better man that night. But the pay-per-view before that, I was the better man. And I beat him in that Iron Man match. Okay? So it's like 1-1. And if he wants to count a vendetta win or something like that, he can count that. But I'm talking about the big matches. That's all I care about. These little matches here and there, it just boosts my win-loss record. That's all it does.
Okay. So after Ivan Ivan Stone after Bash Bahamas. What's next for you, Big Dog? Well, currently, Robert is the SOE World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
Are you going against Robert after Bash Bahamas?
No, that's not what's next for me. The legend, he's gonna go ahead and do his tour. I'm gonna let him do what he needs to do. But after the legend goes, it's my time. Everybody's saying the NWO is gonna die. It's gonna be dead after Robert goes away. No, it's not. When he leaves,
Big Dog, listen. I don't mean to cut you off. I know Robert is part of the NWO group, the core, the leader. But at one point in time, you was an undefeated world champion. And nobody could defeat you. And then Robert came in. I would say persuade squash you, but you know, he put his stump on your push.
because again, if I did that, that's not letting him go out on his own sword. Now, if the point comes to where it's me versus the legend, and for the SOE Universal Championship, that's a match I would never pass up, going against a great guy like that. But as far as doing it, to fight to take over, to try to upend what we're doing here, we're not just trying to take over SOE. We already did that. Been there, done that. We're trying to take over every wrestling company on television. Whereas though it'd be BWA, it'd be RPW, doesn't matter. NWO is gonna invade and they're gonna take over. So that little match sounds cool.
For what
because
purpose?
when you wanna take over the world, right? You just don't settle for one country. You want to take over the world. So the wrestling world is not just SOE. Okay, it's more other companies than that, and we're gonna take over them all. Like a little infinity gauntlet.
Oh, let's list the companies. SOE, BWA, which you're part owner of, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I am the owner, Joey. I have co-conspirators, sponsors and things like that, but I own that. That's my baby.
I'm sorry, Big Dog. I can't see you going. I don't see you going to RPW. But are you going? But are you going to RPW?
If the opportunity presents itself, like I said, I'm here to take over. Okay, so if RPW extends the invite, I'll go down there, whip some of their talent's ass, and then I'll come back to SOE and do the same thing. And then the next night, I'll go back to BWA and do the same thing. See, I'm not just, I need a schedule, Joey. I need something not just on a Monday, not just on a Tuesday. I need the whole week, me flying to city to whip some ass, to put butts in the seats, and to take over the companies. That's it.
So correct me if I'm wrong. You only gonna go for the World Heavyweight title. Either A, Robert is fully retired, which is gonna be a year from now. Well, April 2026. Or you're gonna wait for him to lose the title, and he may lose the title in Bash the Bahamas.
Joey, that's correct. That's correct. I'm gonna slow my roll.
So you're just buying your time.
Yeah, I always seize the opportunity.
Big Dog, your cousin James, that is part of the NWO, we see more of him wrestling all the time on SOE,
Because
5-Star. Anywhere we see him all the time wrestling, but we see less of you. Other than the socials and Newsline, yada yada yada.
Because as a leader, you gotta take steps back sometimes. You gotta let others shine, So, like Ivan Stone says, he molded people. He brought people on, and they listened to the magnetism that he had, and just wanted to follow, and just wanted to be a part of 5-Star. Why can't I do that with the NWO? Why can't I let James soar? Why can't I let Big Tex does best? Why can't I let Swag and Sean put the asses in the seats? Why does it always have to be me?
Big Dog, you are a former world heavyweight champion, and you should go claim the world heavyweight title. Why are you waiting?
That's a guarantee. I'm gonna get it at any given time. I just gotta bide my time. That's what I'm doing. And that's what James is doing. James is venomous. He's a snake. The guy is gonna get his opportunity by any means. So when that opportunity presents itself, every world champion should be on the lookout. Because your world championship might just be gone. Poof. Out of here. But that's why I said, Joey, me and him are the two most dangerous men in SOE. Because at any given time, we can get an opportunity and we can knock that shit right out the park.
Big Dog. All right, Big Dog, I got one more question for you. I heard Ivan Stone went to the booth and spitting hot fire rhymes. Have you heard?
Are you talking about the Fuck the NWO soundtrack that he made like it was from Disney Channel? Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, I heard it. What?
I know you and Robert have some bars of yourselves. In fact, I heard one on the social from you before. Are the NWO members going to do their own diss track to respond to Ivan Stone?
That's a given. The legend is a rapper in his own right, but me, I go a cappella. And me, I go straight for the jugular. You know, I'm not just gonna go at everybody in the group. I'm going at one man, the top guy, the guy that has such a following that, you know, if it wasn't for him, a lot of stuff wouldn't be available to us. You know, we wouldn't be able to win multiple world championships. We wouldn't be able to, you know, fly private jets and put all the asses in seats. The seats would be so available that only one side would be available because the other side would be empty, according to him. But me, whether 5-star is there, whether the 5-star underground title's there, wherever 5-star is there, Ivan Stone is there, Big Dog is going to shine. They don't call me top tier talent for nothing.
Well, Big Dog, I heard you couldn't shine without 5-star's help. And I heard there's a contract out there. You want to speak more about that?
What I'm telling you is, I have a contractual signing with 5-Star Productions. Okay? It's not a service that I'll deliberate, but it's something that.
What service you talking about?
I'm talking about the production scale of my BWA arenas. You know, trying to put some details. You know, give it a little.
Oh, I see. Spruce it up.
Okay. You know, and some of my guys, you know, they can't travel, records and, DUIs and things like that. So I got to outsource, that's why most of my shows are, in Baltimore, DC, that area. And once we go to Dubai and things like that, I got to outsource because we can't, a lot of people don't got their passports and such.
All right, Big Dog. I enjoy watching your matches, taking your opponents, walking the park. And it's sad to hear that you're not going to be part of the 5-Star Underground shows anymore. And with that said, the sky's the limit for you, Big Dog. Listen, this has been fun. And I hope you come back for another interview.
Oh, no problem. No problem, Joey, man. It's great. You can catch me pretty soon. I'm putting my helmet back on, Joey, and then And then a couple months after that, I'll be, putting my jersey back on. It's football season coming up. It's basketball season coming up. So my schedule's broadening. So yeah, I'm trying to get my guys ready for the big upscale push. But one last thing. Of course I would come back, man.
With that said, clap it up for Big Dawg. I enjoy your time, and it's been a pleasure doing this interview with you, top tier talent Big Dawg. Good luck on your match at Bash the Bahamas, August 24th. Mr. 5-star himself, Ivan Stone versus top tier talent Big Dawg. Be there.
I appreciate you, Joey. And just for you, you'll see a walk in the park in the Bahamas. They don't even have parks out there. Yeah, they got all beaches.
Buy your tickets now. I'm going to be there, enjoy myself, and keep it up with the Get